I am out in Johannesburg, in Randburg to be particular, as of course we build up to 9:05 where South Africa's Springboks will be taking on New Zealand. Now they will be looking of course to make history with coach Rassie Erasmus' side, looking for 5 back-to-back victories against New Zealand, but they're trying to do it out at Eden Park, a place where they haven't secured a victory since 1937. All of us at the time were just a memory. So joining me to have this discussion is Thando Mxoli, who is a SABC News senior producer. Alongside him, we do have Usivu Tutani, who is a Boks supporter. Thando, let me start with you because we look at Eden Park. It's been such a fortress for this New Zealand team. Haven't lost a game there since 1994. And when you look at South Africa's Springboks, they haven't won there since 1937. So let's first speak to that pressure that comes with this clash.
Look, there's pressure on both sides. New Zealand have to defend their fortress, but at the moment they're not bringing their strongest team to this match. There's a lot of doubt that has crept into that camp. There's a lot of instability in the sense that even the selections, for example, are not as steady as they used to be back in the days. But still, I think it's a good time to make history. It's a good time for Rassie Erasmus to basically tick 2 boxes: 5 victories against New Zealand, and also breaking that hoodoo, the Eden Park code, I think. And I think we've got the team, and a team that has proven in the past that they can win on the biggest of occasions. A lot of these guys will be familiar with a lot of these faces because they lost to them in France, in Paris in 2023.
Indeed. Sivu, let me come to you. What are your expectations this morning in this clash when we look at coach Rassie Erasmus and in both the Australia matches, just speaking to, of course, the first one, not being happy with the loss. The second one saying, yes, we won, but not the kind of performance I want. So what are your expectations going into today's clash? And, of course, we know Jesse Kriel been given that captain's armband, but we've seen that he is able to lead this team as captain.
So Jesse, you can start with him. He's very capable of leading the team. We've seen that before in his past few caps. He's been with South Africa for a very, very, very long time. So he is our soldier. He's been to the good and the bad for South Africa. So he's one of the good people to lead the team. Coming now to South Africa as how we're looking. From the first test against Australia, I think we were underprepared in a sense that we played under our tier 2 teams, so we were not tested to our best capabilities. So a bit of complacency crept in, especially in the last 10 minutes or so. And then luckily our Dr. Rassie, he saw that after the game. Hence he made a couple of changes going to Cape Town. There our first team also showed that they are still under not match fit per se because of not playing too much good rugby. So then that's where we started to build. From there now, I do feel that the boys will get a bit of confidence going to New Zealand. We know what's waiting for us in New Zealand. We know the clash, the history, the rivalry, and everything. Since 1995, New Zealand is still crying from the victory in Ellis Park. So this is the clash of the Titans. It's an immovable object, combining with an unstoppable force. Yes. So the boys, I believe they will bring their A games. Your big boys like your Sia, your Peter Steff, your Ox, your Villaroo, they need to pick their hands up today. They need to bring their A game. Other than that, they need to lead from the front. It's the only way that I see that we can stop the New Zealanders.
Indeed. Thando, let's talk to where we perceive or expect this game to be won and lost. Is it in that backline execution? Are we looking at that breakdown efficiency? Where do we see it being won and lost?
A couple of areas. For me, the collision point is going to be key. Ardie Savea, who's playing his 100th test today, is very, very effective in that collision area. That's where we need our captain. Even though he's coming in probably a week too early, we need Sia Kolisi to be just as efficient. We need him at his best at that collision point. And the line out for me is also going to be a key area because both teams have got very long, good, efficient line outs. But in guys like Luat, guys like Etzebeth, Mostert, those guys, we got smart players who can change things on their feet and they can read the situation very well. So line out, collision points, and obviously we need to make sure that when the opportunity arises, we take their points. That's where people like Andre Pollard, your Cheslin Kobe's, those guys know how to play the moment. And I think in that situation, I don't think, you know, whenever you go into a war, there's certain characters that you need in your team. If you look at our team, your Oxenjez, your Etzebeth, your Peter Steph du Toit, Sia Collis, even though he's not leading the team, his voice is important in the squad. You look at the backline, Cheslin Kobe, Andre Pollard, Grant Williams. Those are guys that have shown that they live for the moment, they live for the biggest stage, and they've performed on the biggest of stages.
All right, just the name of the country, South Africa, New Zealand. South Africa, New Zealand.
Okay, South Africa.
It's Boka all the way out here in Randburg. Of course, that encounter will be starting at 9:05. In the current encounter, of course, Argentina and Australia in action against each other.